How was the Warsaw Ghetto constructed and liquidated? Imagine a city where a wall suddenly divides neighborhoods, families, and lives. This was the reality for the Jewish population in Warsaw during the Holocaust. The Warsaw Ghetto was constructed in 1940 by Nazi German authorities. Their goal was to isolate and control the Jewish community in occupied Poland. The process began with an order from Ludwig Fischer, the Warsaw District Governor. He directed the construction of a wall around the area where many Jews lived. On April 1, 1940, construction started, overseen by the Jewish council known as the Judenrat, which the Nazis had imposed. To make space for the ghetto, around 113,000 ethnic Poles were forcibly removed from their homes. Additionally, about 138,000 Jews from the suburbs were relocated into the city center. By November 1940, the ghetto was sealed off. A wall 3 meters high, topped with barbed wire, enclosed roughly 450,000 Jews in an area that made up only about 2.4% of Warsaw's total metropolitan area. Conditions inside the ghetto were dire. Overcrowding was extreme, with 6 to 7 people often sharing a single room. Food rations were minimal, leading to starvation and disease. Any escape attempts were met with immediate execution by German guards. The liquidation of the Warsaw Ghetto began during the Great Deportation in 1942. The Nazis started mass deportations of Jews from the ghetto to extermination camps, particularly Treblinka. This campaign drastically reduced the ghetto's population. In April 1943, the Nazis aimed to complete the final liquidation. On April 19, German SS and police units entered the ghetto, expecting little resistance. However, they were met with organized armed Jewish resistance groups, including the Jewish Combat Organization and the Jewish Military Union. These groups had prepared bunkers and weapons such as pistols, grenades, and Molotov cocktails. Fierce fighting broke out, surprising the Germans and forcing them to retreat temporarily. In response, SS General Jürgen Stroop ordered the systematic destruction of the ghetto. They burned buildings to flush out fighters. The resistance continued until May 8, when the leader of the Jewish Combat Organization, Mordechai Anielewicz, was killed in a bunker. By May 16, the uprising was fully suppressed, and the ghetto was destroyed. Most remaining inhabitants were either killed or deported. Throughout its existence, the Warsaw Ghetto was a site of immense suffering. Overcrowding, starvation, disease, and violence marked daily life. The Judenrat managed daily affairs under German orders but had limited power and faced brutal consequences for noncompliance. The establishment and liquidation of the Warsaw Ghetto were part of the broader Nazi plan for the systematic extermination of Jews during the Holocaust. This tragic chapter remains a significant part of history, reminding us of the consequences of hatred and intolerance.